folks, it's Jimmy Stewart here, hoping this is finding you all doing well. Today's video we're going to go into part 2 of the Select a Strat little experiment we did a few days ago. And what I did in that, if you haven't seen it, was I have a few Strats here, and I was talking about the Stratocaster guitar, the style of guitar anyway, and decided I wanted to do, a fun, non-scientific way of just playing those particular guitars, all three side by side, doing a clean sample and a dirty sample to see if you, the viewer, could pick out your favorite. And we had a lot of responses to that, and I told you I would try to get out part 2 as quickly as I could, and we're going to finish that up today. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the actual reveal and the results of that particular Select a Strat video here on part 2 of Select a Strat. Let's have a look. Okay, so like I said, I got quite a few responses from you folks, and I do appreciate that. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Thanks so much for commenting and participating in our little Select a Strat experiment. Now, overall, we had most, but not all, but most of you picked Strat A as the favorite. Then came in Strat C as the second favorite, and then Strat B as the third favorite. Now that wasn't everybody, but the majority of folks went A, C, B. Although we had a camp of folks that went C, A, B. In fact, one of them, who was it here? I got a chuckle out of it when Cal B says, "Call me a cab," and I had a lot of people come up with the cab routine, so they went CAB on the picks. But overall, I did the tally, and the majority of folks went with Strat A, then Strat C, and then Strat B. So let's have a quick look, and we'll start off with the least picked model. Although it did get some number 1 votes and quite a few number 2 votes, we'll go with Strat B to start with. So let's have a look. Okay, so here we are. So this was Strat number, or Strat letter B in that Select a Strat video. And this one got picked the least amount as the favorite. And it's not surprising to me. This is the Monoprice Indio Classic. This is the Classic Cali, and this is their base model Classic Cali. It's a cool guitar. These were on Monoprice. I think they're running about $109 right now. I got this on sale about a year and a half or so ago, and I paid like $74 for this guitar. So unbelievable buy, in my opinion. And this is a completely stock Monoprice Classic Cali. I've done nothing to it outside of change the strings and set it up. Completely stock. And yes, some people said it was a little thin here and there, but again, you're comparing it to the other guitars as well. But when you put it on its own, this is up in the neck. Got a funky sound right there to it. It doesn't sound bad, folks. Again, this is completely stock. This has got the ceramic pickup sets in it. It's got a nice arm. It's not bad at all, especially for the price I paid. And even if you're paying full retail right now, if you can get one on Monoprice, I haven't checked if they've been in stock recently. $109.99, $110. Just an amazing, I think, value. Plus, you get the gig bag with it. So. Pretty cool guitar. That was Strat B. Let's have a look at Strat C. Okay, so this is Strat C in the test. And then, again, this is another Monoprice classic Cali. This, however, is the HSS model. And it's kind of the same thing as the first guitar, except a little bit upgraded. And this has got the humbucker in the bridge position, and of course your double single coils throughout. So this is in the black. This has got a rosewood fretboard instead of the maple fretboard as on the white one. And again, this is completely stock with the exception of, like I said, like I've done on every guitar, a clean up, you know, string change and a setup. It's up in the neck. Position 4 is a cool position on these guitars. I really like it. Now you're starting to get some really serious crack going down into the coils of the humbucker down here. Now that's the thing that I did not do in that experiment, was I only went into 3 positions. I didn't use all 5 positions on either one of these Strats because I didn't think it would be fair to Strat A. And I'll explain that when we get to it. Another very cool guitar from Monoprice. Again, these were running around $129. Again, I caught this one on sale. I got it for around $100, I believe it was. And again, it's a very, very cool guitar. Same body, same everything as the Cali Classic white version, except this is the HSS version. And again, it's got the 5-way switch like it does on this one, on the white one. another cool guitar from Monoprice. So this was Strat C. Okay, so let's take a look at Strat A. Okay, so here's Strat A. Now Strat A, and some of you guessed this right off the bat, the Perennial Gadgeteer was one that went very, very in-depth comment. He usually leaves me some very in-depth comments, and I appreciate that. But picked every one of these guitars right from this one to the C to the B. He knew every one of them. And that's telling me somebody's watching the channel, and I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. But this guitar has only been out maybe once on the channel. I think I referred to it a couple of times, but I did do a review of this in the classic vintage series that I was doing. So if you have not checked that out, you can check it out. But this is a 1965 NOS Fender Custom Shop Strat. Now, again, when you're comparing guitars, you can't really, in my opinion, I don't want to put them up against each other and say, how does the Monoprice compare to this? Most of you picked this guitar, although some didn't, but most of you picked this guitar as sounding the best, and that makes me feel better because this was not a $100 guitar. This was, you know, 10, 15, 20 times the cost of those Monoprices. So, you know, a custom shop Fender Strat are expensive. It's a beautiful guitar, but this is a 65 NOS. So this is set up exactly like it was in 1965, using all the specs, the woods, the neck, the frets, the fretboard radius. This is a 7.25 fretboard radius. I think Leo in Texas noticed it right off the bat because he said, oh, you get that pain in the butt truss rod adjustment on the neck. You got to pull the neck off to do it. And he also noticed the curvature of the fretboard. So this is a 7.25 like it was in 1965. The vintage tuners, the whole bit, how it was wired. And again, the reason I went with 3 positions on that test, because in 65 they had a 3-position switch here. They didn't have a 5-way. You know, to get those in-between quacks, you kind of had to put it in between. Here it is. Finding those spots. So some have asked me, how is it going from, you know, a flatter radius fretboard on those Asian guitars to a 7.25 here on this? And honestly, playing chords and that kind of stuff, this is just wonderful because it's got that arc to it. And there's no bottoming out. You know, a lot of people say, well, you can't bend it as bad. Doesn't bother me. I mean, it's different, but A, B, and C of the little Strat, select a Strat experiment that we did on here. Again, it was just all in fun, folks. But it does give you a chance to use your ear and listen to the different tones, the different values that you might hear in those particular guitars, and understand that that's why a lot of guitarists have a lot of different guitars. They like having the different sounds. Sure, you could put new pickups in and change them all around if you wanted to, but what fun is that? It's more fun than having a whole bunch of guitars, in my opinion. So that's kind of why we did that, to give you an idea of how the three different ones might sound. And they do sound different. It might be subtle, but you can hear it. And that's all part of listening and training your ears and being able to hear what you want to hear, I guess. Or being able to tell the difference in one guitar from the other. All three Stratocasters or Strat style guitars with different price ranges. Obviously a lot different between this one and those two, but those two are very close, but you can tell the difference between them. So I thought it would be fun just to check it out and give you an idea of how different Strats sound with different pickup configurations and obviously different builds and price ranges. So I hope you enjoyed it, folks. Hope you enjoyed part 2 as we followed up. Again, thank you so much for participating in our little Select a Strat experiment. I do appreciate it. Going to be hitting the road this week, so but we'll be back with some big surprises here on the channel, some things we hope you'll enjoy. So hopefully we'll see you then when we get back. So until next time, folks, it's Jimmy Stewart saying so long. Please take care of yourselves, stay safe and stay healthy, and we'll talk to you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.